Hi, my name is Vivian Yang. This is my presentation for my Animal Agriculture and the Environment class. Today, I'm going to be talking about if giving livestock feeds grown with pesticides leads to pesticide-contaminated milk, meat, and eggs. So, why should we care about pesticides? The current population of the world is about 7.5 billion people. This number is estimated to grow by approximately 80 million people a year to push the population to over 9 billion people by 2050. With that growth, there's going to be a greater demand for meat and milk products in both developed and developing countries. So in order to meet this demand, we'll need to find a way to provide more grains to use to feed livestock, as well as more agricultural land. Pesticides can help play an important role in solving this problem because they help reduce the number of crops lost to pests, therefore helping us maximize output. The term pesticide covers a wide range of chemicals including insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, molluscicides, nematicides, plant growth regulators, and more. The most commonly used are herbicides for weeds, insecticides for insects, rodenticides for rats and mice, and fungicides for funguses. The goal of a pesticide is to be lethal to the target species but not to harm the environment or others, including humans and pets. Globally, an average of 35% of potential crop yield is lost to pre-harvest damage by pests. Pre-processing, storage, processing, packaging, marketing, and plate waste account for the other 35, as you can see in the diagram on the slide. Pesticides can help make agriculture both more productive and profitable by offering food security, which is why around $40 billion worth of pesticides are applied around the world per year. Unfortunately, there is still a lot of controversy and confusion surrounding the regulation and use of pesticides. In 1996, the FQPA, the Food Quality Protection Act, was put in place by the EPA to reassess pesticide residues on food and improve safety standards involving the use, storage, and handling of pesticides. Both the USDA and the FDA have pesticide data programs to track the chemical use and residues. These programs release reports every few years about their findings. One, for example, being that from 1995 to 2013, children's exposure to carbamates, an active ingredient in pesticides, fell by 70%. A major change brought on by this act was viewing contaminants as an aggregate risk instead of evaluating them individually and setting tolerances for every crop or use of every individual pesticide. Pesticides are now sorted into groups based on how they act on the human body. So you might be wondering, am I eating pesticides? Many livestock diets are based on grains. The FDA found that 29% of domestically produced grains had pesticide residues, which was about double the amount of imported grains, but none of the products they sampled had levels higher than they were allowed. In the most recent Pesticide Monitoring Program report, none of the milk, dairy, or eggs contained any detectable pesticide residues. So, actually, you're more likely to consume pesticide residues from fruits, vegetables, or other environmental sources than from meat, milk, or eggs. So now that you know a little more about what you're really eating and getting at the grocery store, I don't think you'll be surprised to find out that if you eat something that's been treated with a pesticide, it's not really that dangerous. And if you buy something that's certified organic, that doesn't mean that it's any better or any worse than non-organic produce. A balanced diet containing all the good stuff that you need, like protein, dairy, fresh fruits, and fresh veggies, has many more potential benefits than there are risks from consuming pesticide residues in crops. So here's the bottom line. Pesticides probably aren't as bad as you really thought they were. There are strict regulations on their use, and the rules are there for a reason. The cost spent, which is about $9.2 billion per year, saves about $60 billion of crops that would otherwise be lost to destruction by pests. The correct use of pesticides can deliver benefits to both producers and consumers in the form of safe, healthy, and affordable food. So don't worry and eat up.